Now let me just bring these as to the side and show you where their applications individually would actually be of great service. Now I will leave that line up right there just to keep, I guess, my frame a bit exciting, and I'm quite certain you guys would like to see it right there within the frame. Unfortunately, it's just keeping on somersaulting. Let me try to restrain it. So now I'm getting forced to tape this down just to keep it from rolling over. Okay, so that's that. Let me just bring this earphone next to, where is it? There is a demo earphone that I had around here. Okay, I am going to be forced to use this to represent my earphone, but let me try to find it. Okay, here is our little lad. So I showed you a case scenario where we had a pair of wire strand groups that are held together in bonding phase. So where will you most likely find this kind of wires? You'll find them in these segments that enter into the earphone speakers, because the earphone speakers, just like the LED, has a positive terminal right here and a negative terminal right there. So the positive terminal brings in current, whereas the negative terminal takes away current, and that causes the load to drain or do some useful work. In our case, this is bringing light here of the earphone. In the case of the earphone, we shall hear sound, and you simply know that sound is a set of rarefactions and contractions that actually do happen to the surrounding air or transmitting medium. Now that's where you will find these double wire strands in a this, usually at the speakers, this side and even this side, just a pair of wires. Okay, now this right here is actually a simple headset, and with a simple headset, all is happening is that the wire runs straight to the pin. Let me get you another. Now this is a headset. This segment right here leading into the earbuds right there, those actually contain such a kind of combination of wires, a pair, one for positive and negative. This side too, similarly, that's what is happening inside this black wire entering there. Just two strands of coated wire groups entering in there. Now this is a three-way combination. Now where do you normally find this? Now this, if you look at what we are having right, you will notice that when these two speaker wires come right down there up to that point, so you have your two speaker wires, one for the left and the other for the right, they come here and are joined together. Now from this point onwards, if you notice, this insulating sheath is actually thicker than each of these individually. So what you'll find in these segments, if it were a simple earphone, you may most likely find three wires right there. Positive terminal, one for the left, one for the right speaker, and then if you look at this other one, the negative terminal, it's a bit wide. That means the negative terminal of the left and the right speaker, and that runs from that junction to the pin. So that wire, the three strand one right there will be found there. The 4-strand one will also be found in that segment from that joint to the pin. The 6-strand one or 5-strand one also will be found in that segment from that joint to the pin. However, the 4, 5, and 6 are common with headsets, whereby there is an extra component to be fed, which is the microphone and buttons that help click when you're answering your calls. So as for now, that covers the wires, and simply what the wires do, like you see in our experiment right here, is to bond the load, in our case, which is the loudspeaker represented by this LED light, and the source of power, which is represented by the cell as a power source.